The first thing I'd like to do is, obviously that was an exciting football game, but when you put things in perspective, I'd like to take a moment and the families and the victims in Pittsburgh, we're thinking about them, and obviously exciting football game, but when you have tragic events that happen like this in our country right now, that don't make a whole lot of sense. I did want to make a comment to that, obviously being here in the state of Pennsylvania. Also probably make a comment a little bit about the game just overall. You got to give Iowa all the credit in the world. It's a great program. They've done it the right way for a long time. Coach has been there 20 years. He's a class act in the profession and in our conference. My 5 years, he's been unbelievable. So you got to give those guys all the credit in the world. We were fortunate to get a win against a really tough opponent in our conference. We didn't always play smart, especially early on in the game, but we played gutsy. We were fortunate. We were fortunate to be going in at halftime the way we were. I don't know if I've ever been a part of two snaps that ended up resulting in safeties, 2 safeties like that in one game. So that was pretty challenging, but our defense was just so resilient. Brent Pry, our defensive staff, our defense players did not give up a traditional touchdown tonight, not one. So pretty impressive, gutsy performance by our defense. Trace McSorley, he's the best football player in college football. I don't care what anybody says, and he's as tough as it gets. He's as tough as it gets. Goes out. We're able to get him back in the game. Ricky Ronnie makes a great call versus cover 0, and Trace runs for how far? 51 yards. Huge play in the game. I also want to give some credit to Tommy Stevens. In a day and age in college football where everybody's worried about just themselves, Tommy Stevens has put his teammates first, and put the program first, and put the university first. He's already graduated, could have left and played anywhere. He's been sitting behind Trace McSorley for 3 years, and all he does is go in the game and do his job. For us. So I think that's a great story for college football. And I get everybody's got their own circumstances and their own reasons for making decisions, but to see a guy like Tommy Stevens that could have left and stayed here because of his love for his teammates and his program was pretty special. And then for a young man from Iowa, in Jake Pinniger, to come up as big as he came up today was huge. Was huge for us. So just really proud of our guys. Gutsy win. I want to thank the fans. The fans were awesome. It was a beautiful day, I would describe, in Happy Valley. And we battled through. I told them that at breakfast. Not better conditions to play college football than what we had today. So embrace it, have fun with it, and enjoy it. Open up to questions.
Raise your hand.
James, can you describe the leadership from Trace, from Nick, and how gratifying it was for you to see Nick come up with a play like that?
Yeah, Nick's an example, like we've had a number of these examples over the last 4 or 5 years of guys that have had different paths and journey to success. Some guys get it fast, some guys get it at the midpoint, some guys get it late. And Nick's another example of a guy that had some success on special teams, but not a whole lot. Thank you. Not a whole lot on defense. And, we talk about championship habits in our program all the time, and Nick's one of those guys. He's doing everything right. He's doing everything right in school. He's treating people right. He's a great leader. He's a great teammate. He's tough. And he just keeps getting better. He's got great family, got great support. So to see a guy like that, that's done everything right, be rewarded is huge. It's huge for us. It sends the right message in our locker room. It sends the right message for college football. I'm a big Nick Scott fan.
James, you mentioned the resilient defense.
Can you talk about the role that Gross Matos played in that? And also, he's amassed a lot of stats the last 2 weeks. Is that a result of him stepping his game up? Or are we finally just seeing that effort translated onto the stat sheet?
He's just growing up. I think this is his second year playing, and he's just getting better. He always had all the tools. We always thought he had a chance to be a really special player for us, but he's just getting better. He's working with Sean Spencer every single day. He's working with the older guys like Torrance Brown and Buck Holtz, and those guys kind of taking him under his wing. He's always had ability, but there's a lot of different things besides just rushing the passer. It's how to play the run. It's how to friction the tackle. It's all the things that we ask. When to box, when to spill, all the things that we ask our defensive ends to do. And he's getting more confident so that he can play fast and aggressive. So he's put up huge numbers the last couple weeks. I couldn't be more proud of him. I don't know what the exact stats are. You guys probably have them in front of you. And I got about 25 things here. But Etor's doing awesome. I think he's got a very bright future, and we need him to keep developing and make an impact.
Jimmy, sorry, go ahead, John. My bad. How concerned were you when Trace went down that he wasn't going to be able to return? And then also Pat Fryer with 4 touchdowns now in the last 5 games. What has he brought to your offense? I know you said before that the movement's kind of not too big for him.
Yeah, obviously we want Trace McSorley on the field. But we got a lot of confidence in Tommy Stevens. We got a lot of confidence in Sean Clifford, who've done a really good job of recruiting and developing in that position. But yeah, I think obviously a guy like Trace McSorley's played a lot of football for us. You want him on the field. Tommy went in and did a great job. And then to be honest with you, we weren't sure. Tommy had just done a good job for us, so do we just stick with Tommy? But we just felt like Trace has earned the right to tell us if he thinks he can go. So we asked him, and I said, look, I need the whole package. I can't just have, a pro-style quarterback. You can't turn into just a pro-style quarterback sitting in the pocket, now. I gotta have more than that. And, I watched him run down, I guess I'll run down the sideline and kind of did a zigzag. And I got on the headset and said, look, looks pretty good, guys, Came back down and I talked to him, and we felt like he'd earned that right. And then once again, you go back to Tommy, who thinks he's going in. We told him he's in. Then we tell him, hey, we're going with Trace, and not one moment, not one example of frustration or doubt. He's an ultimate team guy. So just so many examples that make you proud, as a head football coach. And again, we didn't play smart in the first half. Jumping off sides and, some of the special teams things. We didn't play smart. Things that we worked at, the fake field goal, we worked on that exact field goal all week long. And we just, on that exact fake, we just didn't play as smart as we needed to early on. But, again, our defense played so well, it kept us in the game, and then we were able to go in at halftime and make some adjustments and come out and play a lot better. So, I think being at home was huge. Fryer, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's been great. Really the whole group. Getting Bowers back has been really big for us. Jonathan Holland's done a great job, and Fryer Booth, as a freshman, has really done well. He's really helped us in the run game. I actually think all 3 of those guys have really improved in the run game. That's helped us. And then he just continues to make plays. He's got a lot of confidence in his ability. He makes a lot of big plays for us. I know Trace has a lot of confidence in him. I know coaches have a lot of confidence in him. I'll never forget him coming to camp at the whiteout camp and him coming into the stadium, kind of looking at me and looking around, before he had earned a scholarship. And he just continues to make plays in that stadium for us. So, it's exciting when you see all different players and all different backgrounds and all different years stepping up and making plays for us. Got a freshman field goal kicker, made some huge kicks for us tonight. Got a freshman tight end, made some huge plays for us. Got a senior quarterback that goes down and goes into that little tent on the sideline. I don't know who's making them tents, but they're all over college football now. It comes running out of that tent on the field and making plays. It's storybook. And I'm going to enjoy it.
James DeAndre Tompkins had 3 catches in the first 4 Big Ten games. He had more than 40 snaps tonight, 5 catches. Talk about the decision to reinvest, make sure that you were on board with him and how he responded with this kind of performance.
Yeah, we didn't reinvest. Again, I got so much confidence in DeAndre. I got so much confidence in Juwan and Polk, and those guys have been great and battling. We talked about that earlier, so we didn't really kind of change the plan. We did move both of those guys to the X receiver position because we weren't sure early in the week if they were going to be available, which one was going to be available. So we moved the two over there thinking one of them would and get the other guys a bunch of reps. And it worked out that they ended up both being available, but DeAndre just felt 100%. Juwan did not feel 100%. So that'll be something that we're going to have to look at a little bit. And then again, another freshman, John Dotson, comes in and does some good things for us as well. So we're going to have to look at that. And what is the best lineup and what is the best rotation? Where's the best spots to put those guys?
James, you mentioned the frustration with the fake that you guys have repped that happened a few weeks ago too. How do you kind of remedy that at this point when you guys are doing it, but it's not translating? And also, what went into was the play clock, the timeout on Pinniger's first field goal? So,
yeah, if I didn't call a timeout, it would have been a delay game. I called it timeout with 1 second left on the shot clock. So that's why I called it. The other reason is he needed a warm-up kick. So he made the first one and built his confidence way up. Called the timeout, say, hey, great job. Just like practice, you got warm, you made it. Build up the muscle memory of making that exact field goal. Went back and knocked it through.
And so how frustrating is it that, like you said, with the fakes?
It's not frustrating. We just keep working. We just keep putting our guys in position to make plays. Sometimes, and let me also say this. The guy made an unbelievable catch, number 90. I mean, I don't see too many number 90s making exactly over the shoulder. I mean, he couldn't look over this shoulder, makes an unbelievable play. They're on scholarship too. Awesome play by them.
Joe.
We won the game.
James, you talked a lot about how Pinniger, how well he kicks in practice. How did he translate it to the game tonight? He kicked the 3 longest field goals of his college career.
Well, I think not only that. I think if this number's right, I think Jake's made 6 out of his last 7 field goal attempts, which is great. It's kind of like the drops. It's kind of like everything else. I get it. You guys are going to ask tough questions. People are going to be critical and things like that. But around here, we're in the business of loving kids, and we're in the business of developing these guys. And I believe with their investment and us loving them and us believing them and us developing them, they're going to make plays for you. It's not always going to go the same path. Some guys are going to have early adversity and they're going to overcome it late, like Mike Gesicki. Some guys are going to show up and be instant success like Saquon Barkley. Some guys are going to be like Nick Scott and not succeed until their senior years. But I believe that we got a track record of loving these kids and developing these kids, and when you do that, good things happen. So that's how we'll approach it. I know there's some drops and we got to get them cleaned up. I know there's some offsides penalties that are frustrating. I know there's some special teams plays that we got to get better at. But I'm going to focus on the positive. We got a great win against a great opponent. There's plenty of stuff to clean up. We're going to need to get it cleaned up. But we're going to enjoy this game for a few hours, and then we'll get back to work tomorrow.
Time for 2
James,
more
I'm curious, how much you felt you needed this game? Couple tough losses here at home. This one goes down to the wire. You got Michigan coming up. How much does this breathe life into you guys?
It's not that dramatic. We're 1-0. I mean, when you guys do that, it's unbelievable to me. How much does this breathe life into you? We're 1-0. We're excited about it. We won last week too. We're 1-0 last week. We're 1-0 again. That's it. We're happy to be 1-0. They don't. I'm not going to give us a trouble.
Today being Military Appreciation.
Sorry, couldn't find you. The lights.
Yeah, all good. Today being Military Appreciation Day, Amani had the special, you guys had carried out his mother's American flag. How did that kind of come to be, and overall, what were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so we had the ROTC out to practice, which was awesome. That's grown into something really big for us each year during Military Appreciation Week. Our guys are awesome with them. So thankful and so appreciative. I think we had about 200 ROTC members. that came out to practice, so that was great. And then obviously, wanted to find some guys, and we've had different stories over the years. Some guys in the past, we've had Emmanuel Ike, who's a former, service member, and he was on our team, so we had him do it 1 year, and then, we wanted to know, do we have any guys in our program? The parents, had served our country, and Amani's situation was great. So I think it made it even more special that Amani was able to use his mom's flag that was given to him. Thought that was really cool. Amani's one of those guys that jumped on with us very early on. It's been a long ride with Amani all the way back to our time at Vanderbilt. I'm gonna tell you, during the recruiting process, Mom was tough. I remember going to the home visit and I'm smiling and Mom just sat there grilling me on the couch. Trying to feel me out. She's not handing her baby over to anybody. So to think back, I always think back with our guys, especially seniors, sitting on that couch in Tampa, Florida, with his mom and his 2 brothers, and Amani's smiling, Mom's not. So to think about that journey and how far that kid has come, and now graduating, I think this December with 2 degrees has made huge plays for us. Mom's now finally smiling and hugging me, so that's great. We finally wore her down. That's a great story. It's a great story for college football. It's a great story for Penn State. And whenever we can have an opportunity to thank the people that served our country for allowing us to live the lifestyle that we do in the greatest country on earth, we want to take a moment to do that.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.